Alright, this is looking in the some of the notes that go with Legos, and the Legos boys have basically standardized on Eclipse. A lot of development teams have focused on Eclipse nowadays, and if you want to have a mess with it, there is a copy of Eclipse in the C robotics file. You can go and have a ferret round and find that, and most of this stuff will just work straight out of the tin. What we're going to do is see if we can get this Legos stuff up and running with NetBeans, which is what most of you have been using up to now. But you can see here they're basically pumping the fact that they want you to use Eclipse. It'll work with NetBeans, but it's up to you to get it to work. So you're going to have to bear with me as I just sort of feel my way with getting this to work in NetBeans. And the first thing we want to go and do is go grab a copy of the example file. So if you go onto your C directory and into robotics and into the Legos NXJ samples folder, you should find a folder in there called org.legos.example. It's got a bunch of stuff in there. We're going to copy the entire thing. So if I hit copy, and I'm going to go to my memory stick, or you can go to your personal area, wherever you want. So I'm going to drop that in where I've got all my programs nicely filed, edit, paste. And then once that's in there, I'm going to start renaming some stuff. Let's rename the folder as let's rename that as let's call it I've got something called Killer Robot. I can't remember if I have. Let's have a look. Oh, blast. Okay, let's just have a look here. J, let's delete that Killer Robot. Can't remember what that did, but I don't need it. And let's go to I've lost it. Where is it? org.legos.example, and rename that as Killer Robot. And let's go open it. That's basically, once that's copied to our work area and or a memory stick and renamed, let's go open that project. It may give us a few problems. Let's have a look. Let's J Killer Robot. Open that. And we need to rename a few more things in here, but I just want to see first of all, will this actually run and compile? If I just switch on the brick, and let's just see if that runs straight out of the box. It may or may not work. Let's have a look. There we are, it's run. Okay, so it runs with all of the default settings there, but we're going to change a few things. We're going to change names and so on and so forth. So what I want to do is I want to change the probably, let's have a look in the source as well. Okay, there's a few things that we probably want to change. I'm going to change this to let's refactor. Where is it? Oh, there we are. Just rename, and let's call it oh no, Killer Robot. Hit rename. And then let's go to the source file, and let's rename that. Let's refactor that and rename. Let's rename the this to standardized, I suppose. Might as well on that. And here we have a look in here. There's a couple of errors. If I double click on the program, there's a couple of errors here, and what it is giving us these errors because it can't find the package that contains all the class files that have been written by the Legos guys for us to work these things. They've written a whole bunch of really nice classes for us, which will operate motors and work sensors and so forth. And those are all bits of code that we don't simply want to write again. We just want to basically import the classes and just use them. So to fix that, what we're going to do is going to click on the project name, right click and look at properties, and if we look at Java sources class path, that's where it's trying to find this classes file at the moment, and it can't find it, so basically you can just remove that. And then what we're going to do is click on add Java archive file, and we're going to go to our C drive, which is here. We're going to go onto robotics, which is double click on that, which is there. We're going to go onto Legos NXJ, which is there, and we're going to go into the library, which is here. We're going to the NXT, which is there, and there is the classes jar file. So we hit OK. That should work for us. Let's hit OK for that, and we should find, so it builds that, these errors disappear now. There we are, because now it recognises the Legos button, and it'll recognise motor A, B and C and all that sort of stuff. So that bit's fixed for us. The next thing we're going to have to go fix, however, is if we look in the, if we click on the second tab here, you've got project here, which is where we went most of the time. These are the actual files, and if you expand the actual files and click on build properties, Something we're going to fix here is it's looking for something called org.ledjos.example.hello world. Well, that's gone now because if I click over here, we called it killer robot hello world.java. In fact, let's rename that as well. Let's where are we? Refactor, rename that, and we'll call it I don't know, killer. Refactor. Okay, so we need to change this when it's building this from org.ledjos.example.hello world. We need to change it to robot dot. That should basically, I think that should find that. And also, when it uploads the program to the little brick, at the moment it's just going to upload it and call it Hello World. We should probably call that something like that. I would imagine that might be more fetching. So that's the name that will appear on the brick when it uploads. If we try running that, that should work. Let me just switch this all back on again and just see if this works. See what errors that gives us. Okay, I've got an error. Let's just have a look. What have I done? Failed to find. Oh, hang on a second. Sorry, I haven't switched it on. Bear with me. Try that again. Upload and run. There we are. Found it. Oh, there. Okay, so you're going to have the robot switched on before it'll find it. So that will basically that works now. I can shut down the build properties, and we can now just focus on this on our little file here and see what things we can do. Well, the way to sort of find the information on this is you're going to spend a fair chunk of time having a look around the ledjos.sourceforge information. So if I just grab ledjos.sourceforge.net, control copy that. And let's just grab a tab over here and drop that there. Control V. So we're on Lejos, lejos.sourceforge.net. Click OK for that. That should take us. Here we are. This is where we are. So we look at the API here. This is the application programming interface, and we are not interested in all these packages. Most of these packages we get with Java anyway, Java and JavaX we just want this one here called lejos.nxt. This is what they've written for us, and they've written a bunch of things there called classes, basic, motor, battery, button. I'm guessing battery will do things like tell you what the battery life is. Yeah, it gets voltage. Is it using rechargeable batteries? To find out that sort of stuff for us. Let's just go to something like NXT motor, see what that does. So it says basically, where are we? Oh, sorry, where are we? Motor, clicked on the wrong one. There we are. And basically it gives us 3 motors, which I can tell by looking at the top of the brick. I've got 3 sockets A, B and C, and it gives us motors A, B, C. We can make them go forward, backwards, sleep. There's a whole bunch of events that it could do. You can work your way through that and find out what they do. Well, let's stick some of those in here. So we've got button, wait for any press. What about doing, if we had add here motor dot, and there are the 3 motors that we can have. Dot, I don't know, forward. There we go. So it'll go forward, and it'll keep going forward. Control C. That motor will keep going. Motor A will keep going forward until I press a button, and then I could do. In fact, let's just copy both of those. Control C, Control V, and motor A dot. I'm guessing there's a backward. There we are. Got that. There is indeed. So this basically, when you compile it, it's going to say hello world, wait for me to press a button. Motor A will go forward, wait for me to press a button. Motor A will go backwards, wait for me to press a button. It should be as simple as that. And if I hit run project, providing the brick is switched on. Okay, so the brick switched on. If I compile, run and download, that should fire off to my brick. Alright then, so you can't see this, but I've got on this display, I've got something that says hello world. If I press a button, we should have motor go forward. And if I press a button again, it goes backwards. And press a button again, stops. So that's basically how you program these things. Have a go.